You staying home tonight?
I hadn't planned on it, no.
Plan on it.
Okay, here we go. This is a talk by Chris Stefanick at a Catholic conference, big Catholic conference, Steubenville conference. This talk played a huge part in my life. When I first saw this, man, I went back and back to this, watch this again and again. So I thought we'd watch it together and just kind of enjoy it. It's been years since I've seen this, but I just wanted to go back over it again because it's been so long. And, you know, this is one of those classics. This is one of those classic talks that really changed a lot for me personally. And I think for you know, in general, for the Catholic Church, the Catholic Youth Ministry, I don't know. This was a big deal. So this is a talk by Chris Stefanick. It says in YouTube here that it came out in 2011. That might have been when they uploaded it, but I'm pretty sure this came out earlier. I think I had seen this in high school. Maybe it was college, because I graduated college in 2011. I thought I had seen this earlier. I thought I had seen this in high school. So maybe it got re-uploaded or something. But here we go. Here we go. Let's just, okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay, look at these special effects. God, here we go. This is a talk is broken up. Anyways.
My boy G.K. Chesterton said that
Ooh, so he hits him with a quote here, G.K. Chesterton. Here we go. So right away, right, Chris Stefanick is up on stage. He's wearing this Lucky Brand T-shirt. I mean, this I swear this is the early 2000s, not after 2010. It's crazy background going on here. He's got a guitar, so this is a youth conference, right? A high school youth conference. And so that guitar right there, he brings out the guitar. You know, he's going to be a speaker, and then he brings out the guitar, and everyone's like, whoa, this is going to be different. Go straight into a quote. Go straight into a Christian quote. Here we go. But this will set up the theme of this talk, if I remember.
Thank you, G.K. Chesterton nerds. Yes. He said the world is dry, not for lack of wonders, but for lack of wonder.
Whoa.
The most amazing things tend to bore us. And the comedian Louis C.K. said that everything is amazing and no one's happy. Now growing up,
that was nice.
One of the only things that consistently amazed me were the people I made my rock gods, my Randy Rhoads.
Whoa. Dude. Okay, so right away, so this is great. I love that he does this as a ex-youth minister, him doing this. This is so good. This is what we call a calculated disengagement, right? So some guy gets up to talk. There's a lot of people at a youth conference that don't want to be there. And then it's like, you know, all right, everyone, thanks for being here. You know, like youth ministry joke or whatever. And then they say, and next up is our speaker who's going to come, you know, and they're doing everything they can to break people open and get them to break people open, to get kids engaged. And what Chris does with the guitar and going straight into some of these rock these classic rock, riffs that are really popular. What Chris does here is this calculated disengagement. He's getting people disengaged from whatever they're doing. They're distracted, whatever, and getting them locked in, because it's hard to be distracted and make some joke about some hot chick 4 rows over when this happens and everyone just reacts, right? So everyone's caught up. So he's going through these riffs here. Also, right away, Chris Stefanick has the voice of like a rock god. Like Chris's voice is ridiculous. Chris kind of sounds like a cartoon character. Chris sounds like Patrick. Chris sounds like Patrick Warburton. Chris sounds like the voice of Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove.
Cartoon characters. Kronk. You know, Kronk in The Emperor's New Groove, that guy knows how to talk to not only the squirrels, but he's well versed in all the woodland creatures.
He sounds like he sounds like this guy. Like he's got just such a deep. Listen to this.
Thank you, G.K. Chesterton nerds. Yes.
Right? Does he not kind of sound like Kronk? Like a smarter Kronk, like a little faster paced Kronk. Or Patrick Warburton is also the voice of a dude from what is this? Family Guy.
Oh, and Family Guy. Joe's he's a professional. Peter, I'm a cop. And I'm a good cop. And Brock's a
Oh, that's so Chris Stefanick. He's got with this guy's voice. Okay, anyway, so he goes in these ballads here.
Me were the people I made my rock gods, my Randy Rhoads.
And he's good. Chris is good at guitar.
Amaze me.
Oh man, you hear the girls, the girls in the crowd, man. Like, all right, chill out. You know, some of the youth ministers, like with the first song, the youth ministers who had brought the chaperones, who brought the kids, were like, all right, sweet, cool. He's being hip and relevant. But then that second one, some of the girls, it's like, all right, we need to scream chastely, okay? Let's scream with a little chastity, all right? None of this lustful screaming.
Slash amazed me.
Okay.
I don't know. I just gotta throw.
I feel like he bailed on that one a little. It sounded, that one, I don't know, that one made me cringe. I was like, oh, Chris, come on, hit it. The tonality of that one a little bit, but oh man, it's good stuff.
This out there, the music of my generation is so much cooler than the current music. It just is.
I mean, he's not wrong, right? I mean, he's not wrong. He's not exactly wrong. I don't know.
Anyway, now.
Oh, can we talk about this? I love Chris, and I love this little giggle here. All right, wait for this giggle.
Anyway.
Chris got that little giggle. I think it happens. Well, we heard him talk at the Amazing Parish Conference, and he does that little giggle. Chris, it's like my dumb giggle I just did, but Chris will say, and it makes me laugh even more because he's got such a commanding, like, listen to me talk voice. It's like listen to me giggle. Like when he giggles with such authority. It's so it's endearing, really, but also odd.
Now, but for the most part, like that was the only thing growing up that consistently amazed me. But most things, no matter how amazing they are, once we experience them long enough, once we get used to them,
experiencing them long enough.
Us. Now I remember, no.
Of course, some kid yelled "Freebird," wrecked the whole. That kid is like, oh my gosh, you're not getting pizza. Freebird. This is great. So things amaze us. Then he's getting into, well, but pulling it back to the G.K. Chesterton quote, things amaze us, but then once we get used to things, they don't amaze us so much. What's up with that? This is, phenomenology, human, personal, like, let's take a human experience we all can relate to, right? Right? And now I'm going to start walking you, put my hand on your lower back and just go, let's start walking towards the gospel message a little bit. Let's get a little closer. Hi, I'm Chris Stefanick. Sometimes you're amazed by classic rock, but what about Jesus, right? That's what's happening right now. And I'm here for it. I'm here for this.
Hey, Bird. I knew someone was going to say that.
Someone was going to say it. Someone was bound. Now everyone's shouting out their song. Hanson's Bop. Bop by Hanson.
Dude, I seriously, I remember growing up and being amazed at our microwave when we first got one and just standing too close to it and staring at it for too long to explain some things.
Yeah, it's true.
And thinking, there are microwaves speeding up the molecules in my kernel. Pop. I mean, just last week I had to stand over my stove like an idiot and stare.
Oh, it's a good line.
But now I'm used to it, all right? Now it takes too long for it to, heat up my toaster treats and popcorn and stuff like that.
To be honest, now that I think about it, I don't really get it. He has to stand over his stove and stare. I don't know that I get it.
Cell phones. I remember first getting a cell phone.
Ooh, what kind of cell phone is this?
My voice goes from this device.
Okay, now look, that's a flip phone. There's no way Chris was rocking a flip phone in 2011. There's no way. This has got to be like 2008. I don't know. Maybe 2008, 2009. I don't know. 2007 maybe. I mean, the first iPhone came out in like, I don't know. I don't think this came out in 2011. Anyways.
Into space? And down into your phone? And now it takes too long.
I love Chris's laugh.
And something crazy happened to me this morning.
What? What happened?
I flew here.
No. Oh. We all know what he meant, though. You know, he flew there, but we know.
And as I fly, I'm wondering, why doesn't my seat go back farther? See,
I feel like these jokes, though, man, we were really corny back in 2009, huh? I feel like these jokes would not fly. I'm very impressed. I mean, Chris is great. I mean, he's a professional. He's engaging the crowd. He's got their full attention. Man, I've been in front of some crowds that are hard to get there. I mean, high schoolers are tough to get, especially with the numbers. I mean, there's a lot of people here, and to get that many people's attention, that's tough. But I feel like these jokes, I feel like if I got it in front, maybe these jokes still work for Chris, but I feel like if I got up in front of some, you know, get up in front of some of them wild, like 2017, 18, 19 high schoolers, this stuff isn't working, man. I don't think this holds. Maybe it would. We'll have to try it.
reverence is when you can stand
Just to be clear, I'm not going to try Chris Stefanick's jokes in front of high schoolers. That'd be awful.
back from something, let it unfold in front of you and say, wow.
Wow.
But the closer and closer
His
we
voice.
get to experiences and people and things, the less we do that. This tragically happens with people. See, when you're dating, it's very easy
Ooh.
to say, whoa, thank you, God, for this person.
Thank you, God.
You date for a long time, get engaged, get married. You're married for 10 years, married for 13 years, have 5 kids. It takes effort to stand back and say, thank you, wow, God, for this person. Really. So
There's a lot of nervous laughter going on there. There's a lot of high schoolers like, okay, I think I understand that if I've been married for a long time, it's going to, I don't know. I've seen a lot of romance movies. I've seen a lot of rom-coms. I don't know that I understand as an 18-year-old the difficulties of enjoying your partner in marriage after 20 or 30 years of being married. But it worked. There's some nervousness there.
I do a lot with youth ministry. I mean, been doing youth ministry for a long time. Any youth ministry freaks out there?
Hey. Hey.
I have no idea what's wrong with you people.
Hey.
But that's all good.
Don't say
Now,
that.
sometimes it is said, every once in a while, teens don't revere their parents. I know, you've heard of this happening. But they get so close to their parents, so used to them. It's like, oh, she's mom. She has no feeling. She's like a fish. You can poke her in the eye. She won't even notice.
That's a good, man.
That wasn't funny. That was wrong.
That was a good one, man. I'm just imagining my mom as a fish, as like a dead fish with an eye. Well, just a fish with an eye that won't blink. And yeah, that was good. I like that.
We get used to people. We stop even seeing them. We stop being amazed. The most amazing things start to bore us as we get used to them. We grow up hearing about God.
Oh, now this is the turn. Here's the turn here. All right, so now we've turned. We're starting to, we're like more than halfway through the segment here, but he's turned, now he's bringing up the big G word here in front of high schoolers. All right, and now he's going to show that same experience you have. Yes, so you're tracking with him. He's like, here's proposition A, valid. Proposition B, valid. Proposition C, 3, valid. And now he's going to throw in the word God. And what's going to happen is people in the audience are going to go, wait, but why am I agreeing to that? I'm agreeing that, yeah, I don't think God is that cool or that wonderful, awe-inspiring. And now Chris is going to start turning it here and really giving it to him.
We should be amazed. We should be freaked.
Gosh, his whisper voice there. We should be amazed. It's just too good. He was built for this. We should. How could he whisper like that but still be deep and like Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove? We should be amazed
Out that there is an actual maker of the universe.
Okay. Whoa.
Now, I don't mean to offend anyone here, because I don't think all atheists are stupid, but I think atheism is stupid.
Oh,
it's
dang.
kind of like a flea that doesn't believe in the dog. I mean, I don't believe in the... I don't believe in...
Okay, now, okay. Okay, now this stuff about atheism here, you have to understand, as a college-age kid, or maybe I was in high school, whatever, as a young person, this stuff here, where he starts getting into atheism, and kind of refuting it, challenging it. This meant a lot to me. This was huge for me. And I know it sounds, I don't know, this was important to me. This section here, I remember this. And that atheism is like the flea that doesn't believe in the dog. And I know some people will say, you know, Christian speakers or Catholic speakers or like in an audience like this, that some of these arguments, if you were to sit down and write this out, that, okay, well, maybe this is a straw man argument, or this is kind of unfair, or maybe not a very substantial intellectual argument. It's kind of a straw man that atheists don't believe the type of atheism that Chris is proposing here. But I want to tell you this, man. When I was younger, I knew a lot of straw men. I had friends that believed in an atheism that was the type of atheism that Chris is proposing here. So yeah, I mean, I didn't know a lot of Richard Dawkins or Christopher Hitchens type folk, but I knew people that had just as uncomplex of arguments for atheism as the, uncomplex arguments for Christianity that I had. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't have smarter, more philosophically robust or rigorous argumentation or, arguments for God's existence. But I'm just saying, when you have someone quipping like this about atheism, it feels great. At the time, like, I didn't know, I hadn't heard of anyone talking this way about atheism. That was huge for me as a young kid to hear this. I mean, it was huge. Someone playing guitar, quoting some smart people and funny and doing. Anyways, this was really, for better or for worse, some people might think, right? This was really huge for me. Huge.
Dog? All I see are these hairs and this back that goes up. I don't see a dog. It's because you're this big. That's why you don't see a dog.
Oh, he just called Atheist Insects. So wrap your mind around that.
Right. One of Einstein's assistants said that saying all this could come about from a random series of explosions is like saying an unabridged dictionary could come from a print shop explosion. What was that? Oh, print shop exploded. Paper, ink, bindings flying through the air. Whoa, a dictionary.
Whoa. He does like a Keanu. Whoa. I love this. I think I've heard him do this multiple times. I think he does this in like a confirmation series, a study series. I think he does this whole bit here. It's good, man. I like this.
On a molecular level, your fingernail is more complicated than a library of dictionaries.
Oh, shoot.
This stuff's real.
I don't know what that means. See, a lot of high schoolers are in the audience going, wow, I'm not sure what that means. But that sounds impressive. That was me, man. Listen to this. I'm like, that sounds impressive.
This whole universe freaks me out. All right, really. I mean, we're this, according to physicists, we're in this bubble of space and time. Whoa. The universe isn't expanding through space or like time waiting for us to get to it.
Oh, I love this.
There's no space or time out there. Even time's a part of the physical universe. It's all just this bubble expanding in the hands of God. And before the Big Bang, physicists agree, there wasn't like space and time waiting. There was nothing. Check this out. I was reading this in this like fun little, astronomy book. It said this. The Big Bang itself.
Wait, can we just stop there? I was reading this in this fun little astronomy book. That either means he completely forgets what book it was or he doesn't want to mention it, right? But we're setting up the greatest line of this whole talk, the most memorable thing from this entire talk that stuck with me for years. Stuck with all of us for years, okay? It works on so many levels. It ticks all my boxes of, well, we'll just get to it, but it's a good line. And man, it haunted me for years. Here we go. We're setting this up right now.
Occurred, according to latest estimates, 13.7 billion years ago. There was that was the moment of creation, not only for matter, but space and time itself. There was nothing outside or before the Big Bang because the Big Bang was all there ever was or had been. Oh, really? You're telling me a Big Bang Big Banged itself 13.7 years ago?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Years ago? And billions of years pass, and now there are rational creatures walking around Baltimore drinking Starbucks?
Oh my gosh. I don't know where that comes from. Let's Google this. Oh my gosh. That line killed me. The Big Bang, Big Banged itself. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What triggered the Big Bang? The Big Bang, Big Banged itself. Oh, as a high schooler with a perverted brain, just here, like on so many levels, I could not believe he said that. And I don't know how much of this he intended, but that was the best line ever. As, a young kid struggling through either college or high school, like struggling to hold on to my Christianity and having to face atheism and nihilism and agnosticism, just really having to figure out and wrestle with these things and wrestle with doubt. Man, hearing that line, you're telling me the Big Bang Big Banged itself? Oh, that was fire. This was fire. I must have quoted this to people 200 many times a week after this, because you're telling me the Big Bang Big Banged itself? Oh, it hits all my Venn diagrams of it's not explicitly explicit, but it's it really catches you off guard a little bit of whoa, what are we, do you know what, how did, what? And oh man, this line, if Chris doesn't have this on a t-shirt, he needs to have this on a t-shirt. You're telling me the Big Bang Big Banged itself? And just straight face. Oh gosh, I love that.
By itself? Starbucks. It just kind of happened? No, but evolution disproves God. I mean, right? Because we know stuff evolved by itself. So then there's no... Tell me this. Check this out. What's cooler? A God who could take a ball of clay and say, a rhino.
All right. Okay, rhino.
Or a God who could say, hey, watch what this ball of gas does. And evolution and Big Bang and all that stuff happened. Dude, I have never been able to produce anything life-giving with my balls of gas.
Oh, dang. Again, coming in hot with Chris's balls of gas.
Listen.
Dude, Chris is crushing. This talk is crushing. Crushing. Look, I've heard some good talks in my lifetime. I've heard a lot of talks. But this talk crushed. And it still holds up, but man, it crushed. I mean, you can hear people are dying. And but what's cool, what's so amazing about it is he's still proving a point. And this is what good entertainers or not celebrities, what good entertainers, what good stand-up comedians do is they're setting up a point, right? They're proving a point. They're bringing you along. Like Joe Rogan talks about this a lot, that stand-up comedy is like a form of hypnosis or a form of mind control, because you're kind of sneaking in a back door through laughter, and you're getting people to acknowledge certain things and kind of setting up, like thing after thing. It's like, what's that guy? Hassan Minhaj. Hassan Minhaj. I heard an interview with Hassan Minhaj, and he said I think he was really into debate or debate club. And one thing he said was that stand-up comedy was a lot like debate, because, you set up you're setting up your propositions. You're setting up your thesis or your whatever. You're setting up your statements to build up towards this argument, and you're just building up and kind of setting the stage, and you're doing it you're just doing it in a funny way. You're setting up like in a debate. You're setting up here, here's point 1, point 2, point 3, building up to something. And Chris is just crushing this, right? Like, he's brought us from guitar to engage us, and then bringing us and making people laugh about it's real. Like, the things he's saying, you have to acknowledge as hilarious, right? And it's just crushing. Like, it's so good. Yeah, just good. Just a classic talk here.
I have no idea. I have no idea why. I have no idea why there's a God as opposed to there being nothing. I don't know. But I know this, beyond the shadow of a doubt. If there is a painting, there is an artist. If there's a book, there's an author somewhere. It didn't write itself. If there's a universe, there is a God creator. Cool. This stuff's real. And this should amaze us. This should freak us out. It really should. That we're in this ball of space and time, on this rock floating through space, in the hands of God, who made us with a purpose.
Okay. Now look. Also, there are probably some high schoolers there, some high schoolers dabbling with atheism. But for the most part, these are kids that came to a conference because someone in their life, somehow they're connected to church. Somehow they showed up at youth group, or their parents made it or something, and then someone invited them. So they're kind of like they have one foot in the door still. And so while, yes, when you grow up and you read more books, it's not that easy to just say there's an artwork, there's an artist, there's a song, there's a musician, there's a whatever, there's a sculpture, there's a sculptor, there's a universe, therefore, right? Like that's not the most lock solid. But for a lot of these, for me, I'll just say for me hearing this, it just gave me a little more traction on my sneakers to just, okay, all right. Like, it just helped me stand back up just a little bit. And you know what? Like, say what you will. I mean, it's not like a lot of the stuff he's saying. I mean, it's not, yeah, I don't know why this doesn't need to be defended, but I just feel like you really need to know that, talks like this. Yeah. Anyways, I don't need to be apologetic. I don't need to be one of those apologetic Catholics, right? There's so many of you out there, unapologetic Christians and unapologetic Catholics. But yeah, this talk, man, this was fire. This was just fire. Chris Stefanick, man, this was a good talk, and I hope you enjoyed it. There's more to this. I mean, this is just 8 minutes. It's a longer talk. I couldn't really find the whole thing. I mean, it'd be too much to walk through the whole thing. But this is a great one, man. If you have other classic talks, or like a classic homily or a classic talk, classic something, not too long, but something that we could kind of give some commentary you want me to give a reaction to, or just kind of break down a little bit. I want to do some more of these too, just kind of breaking down certain talks, giving some of the theory behind it, or the catechetical, or I don't know, just breaking it down a little bit. I think that'd be fun. So we're going to be doing a few more of these. Chris, thank you for what you do. Oh gosh, this was great. This was good. This was one of those classics that just really, it was big for me. It was huge. Stayed with me. So you're saying the Big Banged itself? Why don't you take that home and tell your parents that, right? All right, guys, that's it. See you next time.